Elon Musk just dropped a holy grail of a bombshell for Tesla stock investors. Let's take a listen to what he just said and then discuss whether this is good, potentially really good, or really bad for Tesla stock investors.
Why the bomber jacket?
Honestly, I just pulled this out of my closet, so.
It looks really, you look like a pilot.
Thanks, so I'm a pilot.
Oh, looking cool. So what brings you to the Lola carpet?
I'm just here with friends, thinking about companies to acquire.
Whoa, like Fab TV? Maybe you can acquire Fab TV, okay.
What? Looking for companies to acquire? And do you see this look? What the hell? Oh my gosh. It doesn't get crazier than that. So Elon said he's thinking about companies to acquire. Now, there is good and bad potential implications there. Is this for personal or recreational purposes? Is Elon trying to acquire companies for himself? And that would imply he would sell Tesla stock. That would be bad news for Tesla stock investors. Or does this imply he's potentially looking to acquire companies for Tesla, which would be very good news? Now we can truly only speculate to what Elon is talking about, if this is for Tesla or if this is for Elon personally. It appears as if Tesla is in a better position to be able to acquire companies compared to Elon. Elon just got out of a lawsuit for his compensation package. It looks like there's not going to be a final ruling on that for many months down the line, and then the board's going to have to try to rectify the situation with another vote, go through the process again. It's going to take a lot of time. So this, I think, only logically could be implying Tesla could be looking to acquire other companies. Now, this is actually a very good time to look to acquire other companies because, on face value, our markets look strong. We look like we're chugging along, but really under the surface, as stocks are hitting all-time highs, most of the markets are in the gutters. They're doing very poorly, specifically around the EV sector, as there are a lot of fears around demand slowing down, and a lot of companies are just frankly about to go bankrupt. Look at Lucid and Fisker and all of these other, smaller players. Valuations are at the cheapest they have been in many years for a lot of companies specifically related to EVs or Tesla's core business itself, let alone other maybe software companies or other companies out there that could make sense for Tesla to acquire. The point is, valuations are low right now. Some companies that Elon potentially could look at to acquire for Tesla would be great additions for Tesla's business at bottom barrel like prices. And let's be honest, Tesla has $29 billion in cash, making some acquisitions right now with record low valuations for Tesla's competition and Tesla's just really overall businesses sitting at pretty low valuations. Could make a whole lot of sense, especially when people are fearful that Tesla's growth is slowing down. To get some acquisitions in there, potentially speed up Tesla's growth a little bit, that could be a win-win. Now, we'll see if this news translates into Tesla stock doing well on Monday. I believe it potentially could, considering Tesla stock has never been this oversold for this long. You have been oversold on the RSI ever since January 18th, and you've been falling on the RSI ever since December 27th. So there has been a lot of weakness in Tesla stock, especially, the last couple of weeks or so. And with Tesla stock this oversold, it's not going to take a lot of good news to get quite a rally in Tesla. Let me know what you think about this down below in the comment section. What companies Elon may be looking at to acquire, specifically what sectors as well. Could Tesla and Elon be looking to diversify into other areas like more software related companies? Or do you think Tesla may be looking to acquire maybe some down and out EV companies, battery companies? Let me know your opinions down below in the comment section. Now at this Lola event, look at who Elon is pictured standing next to. That is Nelson Peltz. He is essentially trying to do a hostile takeover of Disney. Or at the very least, he is trying to get Disney to change how they are operating. Bloomberg News reported this week that Peltz wants Disney, led by Chief Executive Officer Bob Iger, to chase profitability in streaming by bundling its ESPN Plus online service with a larger player interested in sports, such as Netflix. So Elon's saying he's thinking about companies to acquire, standing next to Nelson Peltz. I don't know. It's definitely interesting. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Let's get into all of your other Tesla stock news today. Tesla could receive over $4 billion in tax benefits from the batteries produced with Talon Metals from their new nickel mine in Minnesota, according to Bentley Allen, an associate professor of political science at Johns Hopkins University. Tesla has already agreed to purchase tens of thousands of metric tons of the metal from this mine, but the biggest winner, at least collectively, would be American consumers who buy EVs powered by those batteries. All told, they could enjoy nearly $18 billion in savings. EVs are 40% less polluting over the lifetime of the car life than ICE cars and will be even cleaner by 2030. Lucid Air police cruisers are now being unveiled in Saudi Arabia. There was rumors yesterday that Tesla has relaunched supercharger transfers, and this is for owners that currently own a Tesla model with FSD that want to buy a new vehicle, essentially just transfer that over. That happened for a period of time last quarter, and it was rumored that it was happening now, but it is not actually happening. It is confirmed that Tesla is not doing this as of right now. As I previously reported, Tesla is now advertising in Japan, where there is very little Tesla presence or penetration or knowledge at all about Tesla products. You can see that here. Tesla is running 500 ads now, and here are some advertisements for Japan. Pull up just the Japanese advertisements. There's 4 different variations that are being advertised, and most of them are for the Model Y and the Model 3. Believe this is another ad for the Model Y on a specific website in Japan. Toyota says they are being unfairly tagged as anti-EV. Toyota says, quote, "Toyota, not anti-EV. We're actually not. And we want to play in that market. We want to be a part of it. We're excited by it." GM has filed a patent application for a new battery design with a built-in passive fire suppression system. And Lamborghini plans to reduce carbon emissions by 40% per car. Ford sold 4,674 all-electric vehicles in January in the US. The Mustang Mach-E is down 51% year over year. The Ford F-150 Lightning is down 0.3%, and the E-Transit is up 214% year over year. Tesla is once again allowing early Cybertruck reservation holders access to receive a $1,000 discount off new Model Y, Model S, or X vehicles when you order and take delivery by March 31st. As Sawyer Merritt points out, the most common theme across the many Cybertruck reviews that I've seen so far, it has been the best factory sound system of any car they've ever been in, with 15 speakers, including 2 dedicated subwoofers and distributed amplifiers. Some cars that have 25 speakers don't sound this good. And we have a new showroom that just opened for Tesla in Bolzano, Italy. Tesla's global inventory numbers seeing a decline for the Model Y pretty sharply from 8,100 down to about 7,300, which that would appear as good news to me. The Model X, the Model S, and the Model 3 inventories basically remaining unchanged from yesterday. Google trend activity remaining stable for the Model X, the Cybertruck ticking down a little bit, and numbers staying exactly same for the Model 3 and the Model Y. Option activity last week in Tesla stock from hedge funds and institutions are as followed. About 4,900 orders totaling $5.83 billion with a positive order value of 50%. So it appears hedge funds and institutions were pretty neutral overall on Tesla stock last week. For the week ahead, you have open interest on the call side of 59.73% and open interest on the put side of 40.27%. But we will take a look at the option chain and where a lot of the contracts are held, as this can give you a glimpse of maybe what happens in the week ahead with Tesla stock, and we'll do that in the next video, as well as go over a price prediction and price target for this upcoming week, all of the earnings and economic data that you need to know in the next video. Sentiment on stock twits for Tesla is coming in at bearish, a 30 out of 100. Yesterday, it was at 61, but this is pretty usual on a weekend, especially on a Sunday, as a lot of people are just taking the weekend and enjoying their weekend and not really talking about stocks. Message volume, same is true there. Yesterday, it was at 27. Today, it's at 16, which is categorized as extremely low. But the participation ratio is at 47, which just shows me there's a normal amount of people talking about Tesla stock. The percentage of stocks above their 50-day moving average has recently collapsed after hitting a high on December 28th of about 86%. You're now down to about 52.5% of stocks above their 50-day moving average. So a lot of stocks have gotten utterly destroyed since the start of 2024, when the broader markets, the broader SPY or triple Qs, whatever you use to look at the broader indexes, they have done very well, hitting new all-time highs almost every single day. Your average stock has not. This is a troubling sign that the markets may be a little bit weaker than some people want to believe. The yield curve on the 10 and the 2-year is inverted 33 basis points. Last week, you continued to invert. You were uninverted at one point, quite a bit. I mean, you were only inverted 16 basis points. Now you're inverted 33. So you've pretty much doubled in the last week, which is actually good news, because once you go positive is typically when you're either in a recession or pretty shortly thereafter going into one. And the markets are still expecting 5 rate cuts from the Fed in 2024. That's why the economic data that we're going to get this week and over the next couple of weeks will be so important, especially in regards to inflation. Powell made it very clear. If inflation continues to fall, we can see a strong economy. We can see a strong labor market. That's not a problem as long as inflation continues to fall. But if inflation or signs of inflation continue to persist, we may not get any rate cuts in 2024. Before you know it, couple strong CPI reports, CPI reports that show inflation's not continuing to fall, and upward pressure on inflation, and a good economy and a good labor market. Pretty soon you're going to be, mid-year, and markets are going to have to reprice Fed policy and expectations. Something else to be watching out for as well is Fed Jerome Powell will be doing a 60-minute interview that show on TV. I don't know exactly when it's going to be coming out. It's kind of hard to find that information, surprisingly, but it will be out at some point today. The algorithms are going to be paying attention to any thing Powell says, any glimpses of positivity or negativity that he gives around the economy or the state of inflation. If he says something along the lines of they've pretty much conquered inflation, that's probably going to be great news for markets. Really show that no more rate hikes are coming, and maybe rate cuts are coming sooner. If he really pushes back and says there's more work to do, things along that line, well, that could obviously negatively affect our markets as well. So I will be watching that. I will bring you any breaking news or information you need to know if there is anything Powell says that is noteworthy. But as of right now, the big story for this upcoming week is going to be the economic data and the long list of earnings that we are going to have. And again, we will break that down in the next video, as well as a price prediction for Tesla stock. Overall, what I believe will happen next week in markets and Tesla specifically. Let me know what you think about all of this information, as well as, more specifically, is Elon looking to acquire companies for Tesla, or for himself, one of which could be really good and the other, well, really bad. Thank you for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video because it is free 99. Now, if you guys want to take it a step further, come trade some of these earnings with us live in real time. Every time I make a trade, I do send out an alert. Check that out, link down below in the description of this video for the trading community. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.